Hey, what's going on YouTube? Got the I got the Poolside Bar made, so I'm just going to walk you guys through it on how I got this done. I think it turned out very well. Um, let's get started. Cedar top, PT pine. All right, so the total length of this bar is 84 inches. The total width is 31 inches, and the total height is 41 inches. So 84 by 31 by 41, however you did that. So this is just me putting together, like I said, this is PT pine, pressure treated pine that I got from Home Depot. Right now, just trying to keep it together as I drill the pocket hole screws here. I got these long clamps here to keep it in place while I drill the screws in, and a little bit of glue as well. So this is just me cutting on a miter saw. I will say this Ryobi miter saw that I have, it's been with me for a while, and I got this rigid miter saw stand that it's all connected to. It's been working well. I really love this setup here. I can fold it away when I'm done, and yeah, it's just been great. I will say working in the garage in Florida in June is, you will lose a lot of weight, I will just say, because it is extremely hot. And this is just, I don't have any AC. My garage is not insulated, so nevertheless, I'll just say it's just very hot as I'm doing this, which is why you'll see me, in shorts mostly. And so here we go. We're just installing this top brace here just to keep everything nice and solid. I really like to overbuild my anything that I do, just so it lasts a very long time. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about redoing anything. And this is the cedar top that I got from I got this from Home Depot as well. It's just green cedar. Jodeci in the Home Depot. I love it. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but Home Depot was playing Jodeci at the time. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so back to the cutting. So grab myself some plywood here, just so I could. Later, I'm going to put in some 1x4 pine strips, and I thought the plywood would be a nice addition to have those strips supported. And I'm connecting the plywood strips, of course, to the frame that I just built here. So I don't remember the measurements for this, but I remember I took like a couple of cuts on this just to get the right measurement. I messed up on one part, but nevertheless, this was just like a pain trying to walk a 4x8 plywood sheet from some far away. Pocket hole screws here, and I'm not going to talk the entire video, but just wanted to walk you through some parts. This was just a way that I could rig, make sure that everything was level. So I just got some other clamps to kind of be my extra hands as I got the support beams that I wanted in place here. And once I got that nice and level, I was able to cut and add the plywood, and then just drill everything together so it stayed in place. Now here I'm just adding some teak oil. Nothing special here. Just wanted to protect the plywood. It's not going to really get wet, but it is going to be outside, so I just thought it was an added benefit to add some teak oil to keep everything from rotting and more added protection. Like I said, I like to overbuild things, and so this is one element of that. And this process is probably, like I said, overkill, but I like to overbuild. But I will say, like, putting this teak oil on was such a soothing process for me for some reason. And just adding some more braids, make sure it was level. This would be another support bracket that I was trying to get. I guess bracket, beam, whatever you want to call it, but it was just another more support so that this bar could be as sturdy as possible. And then adding in the plywood. And again, the plywood is just for the 1x4s that I'm going to add later to the front of this. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing, like, comment. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on how this build is going so far. If you had any critiques, any other suggestions of how I can do this better, let me know. And here's just me cutting all the 1x4s that I needed for this entire project here. It was like 29. I bought 29 1x4s at Home Depot and cut each one up. I think it's 31 inches for each cut here. So I got about 3 exactly. Yeah, so 3 cuts out of one 1x4. And then I added more teak oil on top of that because, you know, this is regular pine, but I want to make sure it was protected as well. So I went around and did the outside of this before I actually had it nailed in place, and I just added the teak oil. So you'll see some of these fall out of place because it just wasn't together. But it was just easier to get the teak oil on it this way. And then as I was making this permanent, I flipped them over, and then I did the other side with teak oil. And then made them and nailed them in place. So this is me just turning over the side that has the teak oil on it and facing it to the plywood. So that's just added barrier, I suppose, with teak oil in between. And then I'll come back later and add teak oil to the outside of these 1x4s. And this was just a sweltering, like it was so hot I think it was maybe 100 degrees in this garage because it was extremely hot. I started to sweat through this shirt that I'm wearing. For whatever reason, I'm wearing jeans today. I guess my shorts were in the wash. But either way, you know, got the job done. These are the casters that I bought from Amazon. I wanted this thing to roll. I needed it to roll actually, so I could get it from my garage to the pool area. So I had to put the casters on, which was I think a very good idea because as I was still in the build of this project, it allowed me just to rotate this as I needed and move it to where I needed it to be. And so here I changed out the screws. The screws that came with this I thought was too small for this heavy of a project. So I got some larger screws, much longer, and I think that's just this is a lot better. As you can see, the size of the screws that came with this is just kind of tiny. And also I added this little wood piece here. So this longer screw gives it much more grip, much more teeth to grab hold to that wood there. So just my overbuilding philosophy once again. All right, so this is the brace that I put on top that's gonna hold the cedar once I lay it on top. And as you see, I have the cooler that was gonna sit in the middle of this. I gotta have a little three, 2x3s at the bottom to hold the cooler, but I decided not to go with this, but this still, um, it is within the bar right now because that is permanent already in place. So if I ever want to cut into the top of this and add a cooler, I can. But I decided ultimately not to go with this in the end. What do you guys think? Should I have kept it in there? Like just kept going with this whole the cooler in the middle design. It was gonna have the top. I was gonna have a removable lid, I guess, that I could pull the top of the cooler out, and once you remove that lid, you see nothing but the ice chest, almost as if the cooler doesn't have a lid, just the ice bottom where the drinks and ice stuff stays cold. But the top of it would lay flat once you put the top back on the bar. But I decided not to go with this. It was just it was too much getting the plumbing and having the cooler drain appropriately out of the once the ice melts. But I changed my mind and went with another design. All right, so here I'm deciding to, I'm going to paint this. I got my colors that I wanted to do. And so I'm going to have to go, I bought some trim that I have here in the corner that I cut these little strips up that I think would be a nice little addition to the overall end result. But I got some frog tape to make sure I get my lines nice and sharp. And I will just say I do hate painting, by the way, but, and I also hate the prepping before you paint, which is, I was just talking to myself here, like I have to outline all of this with this frog tape. And once I get everything painted white, or I think I started with the blue, then I have to come back, remove the paint, the frog tape, and then come back and add more tape, and then do some different painting. So yeah, this was not fun, and it was extremely hot too. As you see, right now I'm wearing a dry fit shirt and some shorts, but that kept me a little cool, but it's extremely hot in here. And then also doing all this tape. I wish I was moving this fast as I was doing it in real time, but unfortunately, it is what it is. It turned out well. I'm glad I did it, but I really do not like painting. So now everything is ready to go. The paint I have, oh yes, Midnight Blue, which is a nice color, I think. If you guys want to grab that. Satin enamel, because I want to have a little low shine to the sides here. But yeah, it worked very well. And I gave it 2 coats just to be sure that everything turned out nice. And I think it did. And pretty soon I'll remove the, once this dries, I'll remove the frog tape here, and then get started with the white paint. Actually, I think I added the trim first, but we'll see in a second. All right, so now that the blue is nice and dry, we'll go ahead and add the white. So I'll go ahead and re-add some more frog tape and get started. If you are a painter by chance, if you're a painter, God bless you. This was not fun, but it's necessary but not fun. So I hope that you're charging the right amounts for people who need paint. And I just did this all with a roller. I had a small little paintbrush for it in between the cracks here, as you can see, but mostly just the roller did most of the work. But I'm pretty sure there's probably another technique, a better technique for if you're a true painter, but this, for me, I'm just glad it was over at this point. I'm gonna tape do this job. I will say, adding this trim after I stained it, I love this part of the job. Because you can really start to see it come together. I can see what I dreamed up, or I guess what I imagined in my head, started to come to fruition of exactly how I wanted this to look. We got the Z-clips that we're going to use to attach the bar top to this. You see I got it all sanded now. Sorry I didn't have the video for that, but who really cares? It's sanding. Now right here you may be wondering, what am I doing with this car jack stand? Why am I jacking this thing up? Well, to get the top of the bar on the tabletop, I had to screw it from underneath with the Z-clips that I bought, but unfortunately, this thing was heavy, and it took, right here I had to lift it manually to get the other part on, so it was heavy. But I did what I had to do, put it on car stands, cart stands, whatever you call that, and held it in place, and that's how I had it lifted up, and I was able to slide underneath to screw or bolt the tabletop part in place. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I had to test to make sure that it wasn't going to fall down on me as I tried to slide underneath. How would you guys have done this? I'm curious, like how would you have gotten this top after you built the base on and secure it to the base? So if you have your top ready, how do you secure it to your base? Do you jack it up like I did here, or is there something, did I do something in reverse? Maybe I should have had the top ready and put that on first, and then I don't know. I really don't know, because I had to build a frame first. So let me know in the comments. I'm really curious if there's a better way to do this other than the way I've done it. So I got the Z-clips in place. That was my whole point of going underneath. And then I have to go back underneath after I have the top on in place. So this was the only way I could see to do it. So this is what I did. So let me know in the comments. I'm really curious if there's another way. If you made it this far in the video, comment tabletop, so I know you've reached this far. And for added support, I decided to add another brace underneath that will hold all of the individual pieces, cedar, together. The cedars are 2x8s, so I wanted to hold them all together in addition to the brace that I already had, but that was my thought about it. Like I said, I love overbuilding things. Just make sure they're nice and solid. Some of the stuff I do is unnecessary, but at least I know it's done. This was me when I was trying to work in this cooler idea, but I abandoned this, so let's fast forward. So this is the final result. I am very proud of this build. Comment below what would you have done different. I think it's going to be great for the summer. Have friends and family over. You know, we're going to get some bar stools later. Of course, I didn't have the privilege to order that. Of course, you know who's going. Miss Boss Lady's going to do that. So she'll get the bar stools and make it look nice. So, but my job is done here. But I really love the top here. Oh, the finish. The finish I did was varnish, a spar urethane varnish, oil based that I just pulled from Home Depot. I used 4 coats on the top and semi-gloss, and that gave me the nice shine up top. And of course the satin finish on the side with satin paint. So yeah, it was a great project. Came together, you know. And I added a little, of course, your chargers, iPad. Whenever we want to work outside, we're good to go. But it's also when something that you think of comes to fruition. You know, you put in your hard work and then you see the end result. So